Okay, let's start. Sarva Shiksha Foundation, an educational institution registered under Section 1023C of Income Tax Act, owns and manages a Gurudwara. So this is a registrable charitable institution. It rents a community hall, Kalyana Mandapam, that category. Okay, located in the precinct of Gurudwara for the rent of 9,000 rupees per day for a marriage function. So marriage is a religious ceremony, and for marriage they are renting this particular community hall. So you can understand the rent charged by them is, system is hang, I guess. Okay, so they are charging 9,000 rupees rent per day, which is less than rupees 10,000, and therefore it will be fully exempt. The consideration so received is exempt from GST, okay, because it is less than rupees 10,000. So we are done with CA institution question about religious religious activities, religious and charitable activities. Let's have few more discussion from CMA model. Example number 129. Activities of NGO registered under Section 12AA of Income Tax Act 1961, working for rehabilitation of a disabled. The aggregate value of taxable supply is rupees 20 lakh. Find the taxability of services given below. Now this is the circular given by CBIC, which explains what will happen if you are doing the rehabilitation of disabled. Rehabilitation, you are talking about rehabilitation of disabled here. Something wrong with my system, is not accepting my command. Some kind of arrow is coming here. Let's look at this. God knows. Let it be. Allow me to finish this. So now there is an entry 74A. This entry I haven't discussed with you, but there is an entry 74A. And let's look at this entry as per amendment. Services provided by a rehabilitation professionals recognized under Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992 by way of rehabilitation therapy, counseling, and such other activities as covered by said act at a medical establishment, educational institution, rehabilitation centers established by central government, state government or union territory, or an entity registered under section 12AA of the act is exempt from GST. Therefore, NGO is not liable to pay GST. So this is the latest entry. So it is there in section entry point number 74A. But that is a healthcare activity I haven't covered. When we go there, we will retouch this particular provision one more time. Let's continue our discussion. Services of NGO are registered under section 12AA of Income Tax Act 1961, working for rehabilitation of disabled. The aggregate value of taxable supply is 20 lakh. Find the taxability in the given services. Now look at this. It is taxable supply, GST will be levied. Why? since the exemption has been given to public health, okay, by way of mental disability, but not the rehabilitation of disabled. Now, this was the earlier understanding. As per new understanding, this point should be covered under section 74A. So you please follow point number illustration 129. Do not follow illustration 130. Illustration 130 was the earlier illustration. As per latest amendment, this is covered by point number entry number 74A. Let's look at the another example. Ananda Trust, an entity registered under Section 12AA of Income Tax Act 1961, has furnished you the following details with respect to the activities undertaken by it. You are required to compute its tax liability from the information given below. Okay, so this is a charitable trust. Let's look at the activities, and this is an important question. Amount received for the yoga camps organized for elderly people. So for old people, you have organized yoga. Yoga, was it covered under the list of charitable activity that we have discussed today? Yes, it is exempt. Second, payment made for the services received from a service provider located in US for the purpose of providing charitable activity. Now this is IGST exemption. This is exemption in relation to IGST input. There is a reverse charge mechanism whenever you import service from outside India. So this exemption is given in IGST Act. Next one, amount received for counseling of a mentally disabled person. So counseling of mentally disabled person was there under public health. Okay. Amount received for renting of commercial property owned by trust. Now renting of commercial property owned by trust was never covered under any of the charitable head, and therefore it should be taxable. Amount received for activities relating to preservation of forest and wildlife. This point we have discussed, so it was there in exemption. The applicable rate is 9% CGST and 9% HGST. That's fine. Let's look at the answer. Amount received for yoga camps organized for elderly people exempt. This reverse charge is not applicable because this exemption is provided in IGST. Okay. Amount received for I'm not able to see your chart. My system is hanged. Allow me to finish this. Okay. Amount received for counseling of mentally disabled person, that is also exempt. Commercial property renting, that is fully taxable, 1,50,000. Amount received for activities relating to preservation of wildlife and forest, that is exempt. So ultimately your taxable supply is 1,50,000. 1,50,000 multiplied by 9% is 13,500, and 13,500 CGST, HGST they have computed. So overall GST liability is 27,000. So that's all about charitable activity. I am not able to access the chat because the system is hanged. So please allow me to restart the whole system, and instead of taking lecture for another entry, we will do it in the next time. Okay. Let's chat on the WhatsApp group. Bye-bye. I can't see you. I can't hear you because the system itself is hanged. Bye-bye.